What is hoya kerrii? Hoya kerrii, also known as the sweetheart or valentine plant, is a lovely succulent with heart-shaped leaves. I first encountered this plant in a botanical garden and was instantly drawn to its adorable foliage. It's quite popular as a gift due to its romantic symbolism. To propagate hoya kerrii, I've successfully used stem cuttings with at least one leaf node. I simply let the cuttings callus over for a few days, then placed them in well-draining soil and kept them in a warm, bright spot with indirect sunlight. It's fascinating to watch the roots develop and see new growth emerge. Hoya kerrii albomarginata versus variegata. There seems to be some debate online about albomarginata being a separate type of variegated hoya kerrii, but from my experience, they seem like the same plant. It's like calling a redhead a ginger. It just emphasizes a specific feature. My hoya kerrii albomarginata, with its variegated leaves, is a total charmer. Those heart-shaped leaves are like tiny love notes, each edged with a creamy white border that gleams in the right light. It's surprisingly low maintenance. A weekly watering and some bright, indirect sunlight is all it asks for. Finding the perfect light balance can be tricky, though. Too little sun, and the white edges lose their vibrancy. Too much, and the leaves get a little crispy around the edges. But once you find that sweet spot, this little wonder thrives and continues to surprise you with its unique beauty. How to propagate hoya kerrii? Can you grow hoya kerrii from leaf? Growing hoya kerrii from a leaf is possible, but it's a slower process compared to stem cuttings. I've tried it once out of curiosity, placing a healthy leaf with a petiole into moist soil. While it did eventually sprout roots and tiny shoots, it took quite some time for noticeable growth. However, it's a rewarding experience to witness the plant's resilience and ability to propagate from a single leaf. Does hoya kerrii bloom? Hoya kerrii does indeed bloom, though not as frequently as other hoyas. The flowers are typically small and star-shaped, often in clusters, and emit a sweet fragrance. I've been fortunate enough to witness a few blooms on my plant, and each time, it's been a delightful surprise. However, I've found that providing the right conditions, such as bright indirect light and occasional fertilization, can encourage blooming. How fast does hoya kerrii grow? As for its growth rate, hoya kerrii is not known for its rapid growth. It's more of a slow and steady grower, which I find adds to its charm. Patience is key when caring for this plant, as it takes its time to establish and thrive. I've noticed that providing consistent care, including proper watering and occasional feeding, can help promote healthy growth. How often to water hoya kerrii? When it comes to watering hoya kerrii, I prefer to err on the side of caution and water sparingly. Overwatering can lead to root rot, so I make sure to let the top inch or so of soil dry out before watering again. During the growing season, I water it more frequently, but in winter, I reduce watering to prevent moisture-related issues. It's all about finding the right balance and paying attention to the plant's needs. How to care for a hoya kerrii? Caring for a hoya kerrii is relatively straightforward, as long as you provide it with the right conditions. In addition to proper watering, it appreciates bright indirect light and well-draining soil. I also like to fertilize mine occasionally during the growing season to encourage healthy growth. Regular pruning helps maintain its shape and promote bushier growth, which I find enhances its aesthetic appeal. How to repot hoya kerrii? Repotting hoya kerrii is necessary when it outgrows its current container or when the soil becomes depleted. I've repotted mine a couple of times, usually in the spring when it's actively growing. I use a slightly larger pot with fresh, well-draining soil, being careful not to damage the delicate roots. It's a straightforward process that helps refresh the plant and provide it with ample space to grow. Is hoya kerrii a succulent? Yes, hoya kerrii is indeed a succulent, characterized by its fleshy, thick leaves that store water. This feature allows it to withstand periods of drought, making it a low-maintenance plant. I appreciate its succulent nature, as it adds to its resilience and adaptability to various growing conditions. Is hoya kerrii poisonous? Regarding its toxicity, hoya kerrii is generally considered non-toxic to humans and pets. While it's always wise to exercise caution around plants, especially if you have curious pets or small children, I find it reassuring to know that my Hoya kerrii poses no significant risk if accidentally ingested. What does a Hoya kerrii node look like? A Hoya kerrii node typically looks like a small, raised bump along the stem where a leaf emerges. It's from these nodes that new growth, including roots and shoots, can develop. I find them fascinating to observe, as they signify the plant's potential for propagation and renewal. Where to buy Hoya kerrii? I've found Hoya kerrii available for purchase at various places, including nurseries, botanical gardens, and online plant shops. Local plant swaps and gardening events can also be great places to find this charming succulent. I enjoy exploring different sources to find unique varieties and additions to my plant collection. Why is my Hoya kerrii turning yellow? If your Hoya kerrii is turning yellow, it could be a sign of various issues, including overwatering, insufficient light, or nutrient deficiencies. I've encountered this problem once when I accidentally overwatered mine during the winter months. To remedy the situation, I adjusted my watering routine, allowing the soil to dry out more between waterings. Additionally, I moved it to a brighter location with more indirect sunlight, which helped revive its vibrant green color. It's essential to assess the plant's environment and make any necessary adjustments to ensure its continued health and vitality.